We're back. This video, I want to give you a couple points that will show you why getting sober is the first step to true transformation in your life. So, point number one is if you've been doing this for a long time and you drop the drink, you drop the drugs, whatever it is, you are going to, in my opinion, you're going to be meeting yourself for the first time. I say, I've pretty much done drugs and drank alcohol for the past 15 years of my life. And every time I get sober, I joke, I'm learning how to deal with my emotions for the first time. And, you really are if you've done it for that much time. I'm 29, I've been doing it for 15 years straight, basically. With a couple of stints here and there. I've never gone longer than about 10 months of being clean since I started when I was about 14 years old. And you really are, because I always used drugs and alcohol to mask my emotions. Anything, it just kind of puts you on a baseline. Boom, whatever's going on. I got this problem in my life. Boom, smoke a joint, take a drink, whatever. So this shit ain't gonna be easy. You're gonna be really learning how to deal with your emotions for the first time, and you're gonna really learn how to feel them. So point one is it's gonna bring you some clarity. I once had a friend say he got clean for something, and I said, "How do you feel, man?" And he says, "I feel clear. I feel like my whole life was just foggy. I just had this mist of fog over me." And in my opinion, sometimes I would make the excuse that, smoking weed or whatever would make me more creative. It would make me more open to different ideas, but that's just not the case. It just closed me off to a lot of potential and ideas that I think I was naturally given. I think I was naturally put on this earth in this state for a certain reason, so that I could feel certain things, so that I could think certain things. And just by masking that all the time, I'm just turning that off. I'm saying I know better than my creator. I know better than, all these gifts that were given to me, which is just not true. Point number two is your physical health. One time, a friend of mine looked at me and he said, "I thought the drugs were expensive." And what he's referring to is we went out and we ate at this place, and we went over here and spent money, and we bought things here, and then we went out and ate again. And then next thing you know, I'm spending $50, $100 plus a day. You're spending $200 out on a night drinking, and you've never gained anything. And I'm eating bad, I'm not taking care of my body, and it just was really taking a toll on my health. I got really involved in going to the gym, and I loved it. And it was halting my progress in the gym. I thought it would make me better at skateboarding or my job when I was in sales, and it just is not the case. It's just pure delusion. Going back to the clarity of mind, that I'm putting more power into an inanimate object than I am putting into the ownability of my own mind, which is insane. Think of how insane that is. I'm giving an inanimate object, a plant, more ability to develop creative thoughts than my own brain. That's insanity. Next point is emotional stability. This one is kind of a strange thing, because when I was doing drugs and drinking, I kind of maintained an emotional stability. So I'm going to tweak that one a little bit as I'm thinking about it in the moment. And it's going to allow you to feel more raw emotions of life. People always want to avoid these negative emotions, quote unquote. Whether they're anger, fear, whether you're feeling let down or betrayed by someone, just these real emotions that we have and experience in life, they're not bad. These emotions, a lot of them are meant to motivate you and get you moving. So getting clean is going to let you experience these emotions, the real emotions of life. My grandma would say when you had a bad day or something didn't go your way, she'd say, you're having a real life day. So you're going to have some real life days out there. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, easy, whatever. You're going to have some real life days out there. Point number 4 is you're going to have improved relationships. I can't tell you how many times I let down people that loved me and cared about me because I was more concerned about doing drugs. I was more concerned about masking my own emotions, getting myself into wherever. I was just a selfish person. I was just not a good person. And that's not how I want to live my life. I've sabotaged a lot of relationships. I've let a lot of relationships dissolve. There wasn't one big explosion, one big decision by me that ended it. Some of them were, but a lot of them I just let them dissolve because I was being selfish. And, I think drug addicts, alcoholics are some of the most selfish people in the world. They're always thinking, how do I feel? How can I make myself feel better? And I'm just done with that, I think it was Albert Einstein. Someone asked him, they said, what is the purpose of men? Or why are men here on earth? And he said, men are here for the sake of other men only. So for me to act like I know more than Einstein is crazy. So I'm done doing it. I gotta be more focused on other people than me, because I'm not in a terrible situation. I could be in a lot better situation, but if I could reach out and help someone, that would increase my mood, and that's what I want. I want to help other people because I appreciate when people have helped me. The last 2 points I want to discover, or whatever, go over. Rediscovery of your purpose. When you're doing that and your only purpose is running to get your next fix, running to get your drugs, your drinks, it really feels like an empty purpose. It feels like an empty life because every time you do it, it's never enough. You're always going to come down and you're always going to be wanting more. So it just leaves you empty. Just acting like that is going to fill you up is just an insane thought. It's just literally insane to be acting like that is going to fill you up instead of real production, real progress. It's just insane to me. The last one I'm going to cover is rediscovering your self-worth and increasing your self-worth. A lot of people go through a lot of hard things, and I think overcoming an addiction is one of the hardest things that you can do because it's self-induced, and you're just going to have a new sense of self-worth when you deliberately make choices to make your life better. You continuously are trying to build yourself up. You understand that you've made mistakes and you're going to do what you have to fix them. Doing that is going to increase your self-worth tenfold. And by doing so, you're going to be a good example to people in your life, help build them up. So you'll just feel better. I feel better. I've had people reach out to me and say, I want to get sober too, but, I can't do it for them. No one can do it for me. So, in conclusion, you got to get clean and you got to figure out a way to help other people in some small way. And being able to do that is going to increase your self-worth. It's going to increase the value of the things you're doing. And it's just really going to make everything worth it in the end. So get clean, focus on managing your emotions. A good way, for me at least, is physical exercise. You know, when you're exerting peak personal performance, you can't be in a negative state. It's impossible. You have too much blood flow, and you're breathing too much. You have too much oxygen, blood flow, and for me, I'm able to get into a state of flow. I like to describe it as a moving meditation. So you got to find another way to fill up that time, because for me, it costs a lot of time. So keep on the path and just understand that it's not going to be easy, but you got this. Till next time.